So I did my book report on Invent to Learn, Making Tinkering and Engineering in the Classroom by Sylvia Libo Martinez and Gary Stager. Sylvia Libo Martinez was the president of, or is the president of Generation Yes, a nonprofit organization that works with schools around the world to empower young people with leadership roles in the effort to improve education with modern technology. And she was the vice president of development for Encore Software. Gary S. Stager, PhD, helps educators on 6 continents make sense of the digital age, and he's considered one of the world's leading experts and advocates for computer programming, robotics, and learning by doing in classrooms. So I really like this quote that was given in the introduction. Tinkering is a powerful form of learning, which I really agree with because it just shows how important it is to help students learn by actively learning. The thesis is making and having a makerspace in the classroom is vital to help develop the minds of students and help them actively learn. This book has 14 chapters. It talks about the history of making, learning about the theory of constructionism, how to better understand your children and identify signs of when they're thinking and direct them into a deeper learning. It talks about what makes a good project, teaching, and what these theories look like in a classroom. Even though making is not a new technique in the classroom, we learn more about what it looks like today in the classroom. And it talks about how to revolutionize learning through fabrication, physical computing, and programming, what this new learning environment looks like, and how to create it. This also gives students a chance to, or it also talks about how it gives students a chance to grow and become leaders and advocates. It's a way for these students to interact. It also talks about the resources available to build a makerspace in a teacher's classroom. So this is my analysis and evaluation. This book helps teachers better understand the learning process for their students. It shows them how the students need to be actively engaged in their projects using multiple subjects to complete them. They are engineering, which helps the students develop a better understanding of different subjects such as science and math, and gives them the ability to better explain what tools they are using and how to use them efficiently. It also gives teachers a better understanding of how to implement a makerspace in the classroom and gives them resources they may need for the makerspace. This book is helpful for any teacher who wants to have a makerspace in their classroom. I honestly believe that this is a great book for helping teachers to implement all of these tools. I believe that it doesn't matter which subject you are using this, such as I want to be a history teacher. I can definitely implement this and it would still help with my students to understand science better and math better, dimensions, whatever they're building. And as long as it pertains to history, I feel that this would be a great tool in my classroom. This is just a quote that I really like that helps support my theory and analysis. It says, ever since early man started his first fire or clubbed his first seal, humans have been tinkerers. This just shows that tinkering helps develop the mind. It helps you to learn what needs to be done. The first humans weren't given a guide on how to make tools. They learned from trial and error. Oops. This is also another quote that really shows, or it helps my argument. The power of making something comes from a question or impulse that the learner has and is not imposed from the outside. All great things come from a question. It helps us to better understand what we are hoping to accomplish. We can have a question such as, how does this robot work? So we can take it apart and we can try to put it back together and learn from that and just better our understanding. Projects create memories for students. They are actively engaged and encouraged by their teachers. Teachers should be researchers and help to push their students into a deeper learning. If kids are actively learning, they are retaining the information a lot better. It is going to stick with them for a lot longer than it would if you were just teaching the material at them. So, in summary, this book is helpful for teachers as well as students. It helps them create and set up a makerspace for their students. It shows how important a makerspace can be in a classroom to help develop the students' thought process as well as their creativity. The book helps teachers find resources for their makerspace and shows how the makerspace helps with students' development and how it can help students to take on leadership roles.